this map, Ascend 13-0'd Gambit. Gambit, the reigning champions of Berlin. They dominated everybody on bind. So, what went wrong? Well, for starters, Gambit are playing defense side here. So, on the defense side at Berlin, they had pretty good like 3A setups, 2B, where early round Nats' utility is very difficult to get through. So there's like walls like this. You've got walls like where the fuck is the other one? Like this. You've got Redgar's setup as well, where he double smokes here. Does that a lot. And sometimes plays inside this first smoke that he pops. Makes it very difficult for you to be able to boombot him out of there because he's got smokes to be able to play around that he can break them early. And you can't really peek him. So the Gambit defensive setup, just in general, is pretty good at repelling early round kind of stuff. First rifle round for Gambit. What have we got here then? So we've got their pistol round wall. Probably Viper smoke here. This is Redgar putting down this smoke, I think, just as a fake. It might even just be a recalled smoke. This with a flash, possibly, or just a fake. Again, these two could both be recalls, or they might be planning to do something with them. Hard to say. And Defo doesn't have enough money for an op, right? He's just got a rifle. But I think he's just holding this. I'm going to dash away after he makes contact. Yeah, he's got a Vandal. Yeah, okay, so they recall both of those smokes that I said were recall smokes. They've got the Viper smoke there as well. That's another thing that they do to try and hold hookah control, is that they often they have like 3 smokes that they can use at hookah. Right? So they have like Redgar's one here. Redgar double stars it a lot of the time, and if it's going to be a fast push, he can turn this one into a suck. But if it's a slow round, he can turn it into a smoke as well. And that way you have that smoke, the other Astra smoke, and you've got the Viper smoke there as well. So it becomes very difficult to just take hookah control against Gambit. And they've flashed for a bit of info. Defo's taken first contact on A short. Looks like he's trying to fight again, though. That was just Keyless spamming, but I don't really like that Defo was trying to push anyway. Defo was trying to get into Cubby, and I don't think that's a good idea. They haven't really got any information that there's players towards B. They know they're defaulting. They got a kill short. They got a boombot up sand, and they heard a flash catch somebody long. Oh, Redgar knows they're close here. Ugh, that's a whiff. Redgar does enjoy playing close there, so that's not something that they don't often do. Or rather, that was a weird way of saying that, but that is something that he often does. The pistol round was a heavy B long push, and Nats got boomed inside hookah, and then falls to pieces from there. The third round is Defo over pushing short, just kind of opens the door for an Ascend push down it. But they've really only lost 2 rounds at this point. I mean, they've literally lost 4, but there's only 2 that are important. So Redgar's got the judge. Redgar could have bought a rifle, by the way. He had 1,050, which is exactly how much more a rifle is. Literally, he could have had 0 credits in it. What? Okay, so they recon dart market. This is like a proper short push. They've recon darted here to clear this area out so that Defo can push up short. This might be a specific thing against Ascend because they only have 1 initiator, so they're not anticipating them playing like spread defaults. They think they're going to be playing heavy sand and B long. Oh, and the dog also stunned Nats. The dog got all the way up here and it stunned Nats, and so they tried to go for a dog stun into a Brimalt. because they think Nats is going to be going back this way. So they brimalt the whole of this area. And now they're pretty confident they know where these two players are from Gambit at the beginning. I mean, they've killed Redgar. How the fuck, though, does Zeke kill Redgar there? And they're so confident scaling into the site because they don't expect a third player to be here. And there isn't. They're right. I mean, they are crushing this Gambit setup. Zeke killing Redgar's a pretty huge part of that too, though. But this is a little bit, actually, of what I'm concerned about for champions. Is that people know how Gambit like to play so much. They are the most studied team in the last 3 months. I mean, one could argue Sentinels, but certainly after post-Berlin, they're the most studied team. People know what their setups look like. And it's not like Gambit are doing anything really different. I guess the short push is pretty different. I don't remember Defo pushing short as much as he has been. Alright, so we've got different Viper Wall going down. This Viper Wall is impossible to throw from B. And you see it pretty quickly in the round. Oh, he's going to immediately teleport. What an interesting setup. Okay, so this round, they're going to have 3B to start. So an adjustment there. B has been getting hammered, right? This has been the area of the map that ACEND has been focusing on the most. So they're going to put some focus there. They got Defo with an AWP. Usually the AWP would sit B long, I would say, in this instance. Showers has not been having much action, but like normally, I feel like Defo would be AWPing B long here. But there's been so much attention Sand that they've got a little play they want to make here. So they've got a fake smoke down, which is just designed to look the same as usual. But then they've got this Viper Wall. Nats goes through the teleport. This might even incentivize them to go back to A, where they have the Astra waiting. But anyway, in theory, they have this wall for Nats to be able to cross later on. But he's just there to try and break Boombot and allow Defo to get this kill. Like, literally, Nat's job is to take teleport and break Boombot. And then continue to support Defo. That nade is so smart, though, from Zeke, too, because who uses nade to push them off the angle? And then the Viper's pick comes down as well. I didn't think they'd be committing this. I mean, this is new. I don't think they've done this play before. This is interesting. So ACEND want to try and fast hit A here, and now Defo's already rotated. Chronicle 1-for-1, this is still looking pretty decent. Okay, Defo hits the shot. Shados played in, but didn't get the kill for whatever reason. Brim Molly good there at being able to stop anybody pushing from lamps. CNED with another kill as well onto Defo. Oh, and Zeke is looking for the flank from Nats too. This is so well played by ACEND, man. My ideas about this game, just by looking at the scoreline and looking at how Gambit had played in the rest of the tournament, was that probably they were just doing some aggressive stuff around Defo again and it didn't work. Which, to some degree, I think that's true. We've seen Defo posted short, Defo push short with Recon, Defo op Sand. Those are not things that Gambit would normally go for, but the way in which they're supporting him is still good, and ACEND are outplaying the shit out of them. I think Gambit's normal defense is so much around hookah control. But I think you need to start giving ACEND hookah. They're beating you every time you try and fight for it. You either need to give them hookah or sand crunch with Defo rifling, right? those are your two options, I think. You can't continue to fight for hookah. Ascend are outplaying you. You've brought out the big guns, and they just rotate to a different site and again outplay you there. But you got a couple of options. I think some of your options are playing heavy octagon, right? And playing heavy for like B long. You know that they've been sending 2 or 3 players sand most of the rounds where they're trying to fight you really heavy. You could keep only Redgar in hookah, where you're just playing around, like you're making judge noises, and you're literally all you have to do is make the noise, and you're playing and you're just like popping the smokes and stuff. They're going to use a huge amount of utility to take hookah control, and you're going to trade it for like 2 Astro Stars. Maybe not even. Maybe just 1 if you just smoke early. And like maybe if you like recall and suck, something like that. And then if you have Defo and Shados play B, and Redgar then drops out of hookah and sits under hookah, so you've got 2 octagon and you've got 1 under hookah. I think that could probably work. And again, you've still only got 2 on A, but that could be an option. I don't know. You could set up a sand crunch though if like Redgar smoked here, just like a really basic one. If Redgar smokes at the top of short, and maybe you like recon back short, so they think you could be pushing up. And if these players in hookah hear a lot of people in sand, you go through with dog and stun, or with the flash. I think you could try that if they have a sand crunch prepped. You could pop through with Seekers and Flash as well, actually, this round. Oh, not this round, next round. Actually, you could sand crunch this round, too. It's back. So, Defo's opping again. They have 3B, and they're not playing hookah. So, this is pretty similar to what I suggested, actually. It's not exactly the same, because Defo and Chronicle are playing together instead of Defo and Shados, but it's pretty fucking similar. And Shados still has his dog to be able to come through. I mean, in theory, Shados could actually still teleport if he uses Seekers and he thinks it's a good idea. That would be an option for him, probably in like a post-plant scenario, though, because they're not playing to crunch on sand. But, yeah. I think Redgar's going to have to fake some presence towards hookah, though. Why? Oh my god. Defo is so close, though. I don't really know why Defo wants to push so much there. Even if you think there's only 1 player, if you thought there was only 1 player there, it would be this guy with the dog, and you're probably going to have to break the dog anyway. You could have the rifle player break the dog and still be posted. ACEND are just so fast, though. They're just instantly in there. Oh my god, Shados. Oh my god, yeah, I remember this round. Actual VAC level shit. How do they lose this 2v4, man? Or 4v2, rather.
That was disgusting.
Yeah, Stars have just rolled them. You just Astro walled off a Sky. Yeah, that's... It's just too good from Zeke. It's just too good. It's just too good. Ascender on fire. Yeah, the timing just doesn't work. I mean, they stunned early as they went all the way through lamps. And it just runs out exactly in time. And Shados is too fast as well. Only a little bit, but I think Shados thinks the guy's stunned. Because Redgar dies to a headshot, I think Shados is trying to be fast to follow up on the stun, but they're already too slow by the time they get there. Yeah, that's brutal, actually. I definitely think Gambit are doing some new things on this map, but not enough new things that they should be getting 8-0'd. Looking kind of shaky. Alright, Defo just peeks and gets the kill. Again, another 5v3 advantage, and they're not going to close it out. Not really the kind of weapon that you can swing with and guarantee the kill by any means. They could just go back to teleport here. I don't know whether that... Oh, that would have been an insta-kill.
Lucky boy. Look at Gambit. They're literally herded into spawn.
If Starzo flashes through this... Oh, and they're brim ulting. God, that is so well played with the brim ult. And people are doubting the brim pick. I think they were trying some new shit. Wow, and Zeke is up top here. I think the blast pack should be a cue here for Defo to think about this. It doesn't look like it's gone through Defo's mind though, but why else would someone be using a blast pack in sand? He had an idea. Again, another 5v3 that ACEND are going to win. It's just really fucking good. They are babooming them. Their counter plans are a little desperate though. At that round, the play towards B long. They know that there's been a dog there pretty much every single round. Starzo's been dogging that maybe 11 out of 11 rounds prior to this. There's probably been a couple where he didn't, but most of them, there's been a dog going up B main early round, and they didn't have a plan to deal with it. I mean, they smoked and stood inside the smoke, so they literally couldn't kill the dog before he hit them. I think they're just mentally out of it at this point, too. That was a thorough booming. An absolute booming. Chat, who do you think the best team in the world is at Bind? Because I think it's ACEND. Not from this match, but I mean just like genuinely, I was thinking about that. I think it is ACEND. But this is a fucking statement map, isn't it? Because I think Gambit are number 2. Vision Strikers probably has a new comp. Maybe. But they've actually never been that good at Bind, so... They've always had interesting ideas, but... saying never is just wrong, because back in the day, before people discovered the Fnatic comp, the Viper, Sova, Sky comp, they probably were one of the best teams at Bind. Huh, well, that's a ridiculous map. That is ridiculous. Honestly, the split map, though, was more interesting than the Bind map. The Bind map was Gambit never able to get started. Gambit was never able to get started. ACEND knew exactly which areas of the map they wanted to play and destroyed them there.